Hi, my friends. Welcome back to English Unleashed. I'm Mr. Path, and I'm really glad you're here today because this episode is especially for you if you've ever felt confused, slow, frustrated, or even a bit tired while learning English. Maybe you've studied a lot of vocabulary but ended up forgetting it. Maybe you tried listening to English, but it felt too fast to understand. Maybe you wanted to speak, but you felt nervous or unsure. And maybe you've even asked yourself at some point, why is this so difficult for me? Let me share something important with you right from the start. If English feels hard sometimes, it doesn't mean you're bad at learning languages. It doesn't mean you lack intelligence, and it definitely doesn't mean you can't become fluent. Most of the time, it simply means you're facing challenges that are completely normal. These are challenges that almost every language learner goes through, and that's actually good news. Why? Because when the problems are clear, the solutions become clearer too. Once you understand what's happening, you can begin to improve in a smarter and more relaxed way. So, in this episode, we're going to look at the main difficulties that learners face, and more importantly, explore practical solutions you can apply in your everyday life. No empty motivation, no only theory, just real, useful strategies. So, take a deep breath, stay calm, and let's get started. All right, one of the biggest challenges is having a limited vocabulary. Vocabulary means the words and expressions you know. This is one of the most frustrating issues for learners. You have something in your mind, you want to say it, but the words just don't come. You know exactly what you want to express in your own language, but in English, your sentence feels incomplete or unclear.
This is a real challenge, but many learners try to fix it in ways that aren't very effective. For instance, you may want to share your opinion, but only know very basic words. Or you might want to tell a story, but don't have the verbs you need. Sometimes you can understand a podcast, but you're unable to use that same language when you speak. The problem is real, but the method often isn't helpful. Many learners create long vocabulary lists, memorize isolated words without context, or keep jumping from one translation to another. After a while, those words start to fade away. Why does this happen? Because language works best in context. Words are easier to remember and use when they are part of meaningful phrases and natural sentences. So instead of learning just the word advice, learn a full expression, like, can I give you some advice? Instead of only decision, learn a sentence like, it was a difficult decision. This leads us to another common challenge, forgetting new words too quickly. You learn a word today, you understand it, and you even feel confident about it. But the next day, it's gone. Then you see it again and think, I know I studied this before, but what does it mean? That can be frustrating and even make you think you have a bad memory. Mr. Path has experienced this too. But here's the truth. Forgetting is a natural part of learning. Your brain usually needs multiple encounters with a word before it becomes solid. Think of it like meeting a new person. If you meet them once, you might forget their name. But if you see them often, remembering becomes easy. Words work the same way. So don't panic. The key is review. Revisit the words regularly. Read them, listen to them, say them, and use them. Create your own sentences and examples. Let's imagine you learn the phrase, take your time. Don't just read it once, use it in different situations. For example, take your time, there's no hurry. Or, I like to take my time when I study. When you do this, the phrase starts to feel natural. It becomes part of your own language. This approach is much more effective than trying to memorize 100 new words in a single day. What really works is slow exposure, repeated practice, and meaningful use.